Welcome back to the AB Scout Project. I'm Krieger. This is Off Bravo, and today we've got the Soundwave Dreadnought Thunder Machine, and it's pretty cool. Here's the packaging. There's front, there's Thunder Machine on the side, product shots on the back, Soundwave on that side. You got the product shots on the top, legal on the bottom, and the crossover logo. It does the split like the Megatron and Bumblebee did with a top secret inside. And you could, crack it open to show all the stuff inside, but it really wasn't presented very well inside, so that's as far as I care to show it. And of course, the Zorana and Zartan came on their classic cards, which is kind of cool. And then on the back, the classic profile. Of course, we didn't have 4 languages in the 80s. We only had 1. So, yeah. So that's all the packaging. So let's take a look at Soundwave himself. And here we have the contents of the box with our Soundwave, our Zartan, our Zorana. And they call this Ravage, but I'm calling it Halbach because it's blue. So in this package, for all this, you get an MP Halbach. All right. Let's take a look at the smaller fries first. First, you got Zartan. And like Megatron with Baroness and the AWP with, or AWE Striker with Stalker, I think if they didn't use the original molds, they did a reasonable facsimile. It's even the old hole size on the stand. Of course, the old Joes didn't come with stands, but they added that in. He's got his gun. He's got his extra masks that you can pop off to reveal Zartan's real face. So pretty cool, and you can go to his backpack, and once you toggle this over, you can store the face in there. Kinda, sorta. Yep. There you go. You just have to talk it into setting correctly. There we go. There's Zartan. Alright, so pretty neat. Zartan being one of the quintessential bad guys. And then, of course, you got Zorana. And they did include the chain and leash, kind of homaging the Baroness set that homaged the comic, Dreamwave comics, I think it was, where she had Ravage on a leash. So, and the leash's chain is all rubber. But here's Zorana. Yeah, focusing on this one is a real pain. Zorana, the figure that didn't look like she did on the screen, because they didn't quite get her hair right, and they struggled with sculpting in the 80s. But, cool figure, a little divorced from what we saw on the screen, but pretty neat. Alright, and you have the chain for Halbach. And then Halbach himself, this of course is the Masterpiece Ravage mold. So it's pretty cool that they use the Masterpiece mold, so I really dig that. So, and of course he does transform to his tape mode, and he does fit inside of the tape deck here. It doesn't very positively clip. I mean, just enough that it doesn't shake, and then you can release it there. There is no spring to it. It is purely friction. So, yeah. So, we got the main attraction here. We got Soundwave, and this is pretty cool. He has the double cannon on his shoulder, the big speaker on his shoulder. That's actually a jet engine for the vehicle mode, but we'll see that later. The grates on the front, these parts form on. He comes with a knife. This pops off and you can put it in his hand because Soundwave needs a knife. The antenna sticking out here may make him hard to put on shells, but the good news is it comes off. So, easily negotiated. He doesn't seem as hollow as like Megatron did, so I definitely think this is a better value overall. Far as articulation, he has most everything except there is no waist, there is no twisty waist, and no ankle tilts. But otherwise, he's got a pretty good range of motion. So, Let's go ahead and do some comparisons. Go ahead and get a little room for him. Making an appearance on the EB Scale project because he's been out for a while. We'll bring in the MP Ironhide just so you can see that, yeah, he's MP plus. Because I think MP Soundwave was closer to Soundwave size, or Soundwave was closer to Ironhide size. So, yeah, he's big. Bring in the Bumblebee Striker. And see, a lot bigger than Bumblebee. I mean, I think that's an appropriate scale there. And then we bring in big old Megs. You see, they got them almost to the same level of Megs. I mean, probably like a millimeter shorter. Just really close. Just the extra guns on Meg put him over the top. Yeah. So that's about it for robot mode. Let's take a look at the vehicle mode. And here we have Soundwave in his Thunder Machine mode. And yes, it looks janky, but this is what the original Thunder Machine looked like. I think the only differences I saw online was that all the gray pieces were black. Otherwise, it looked just like this. Move Alpha out of this. Wait for a sec. The gun's forward. Mine kind of rocks a little bit. You can see there's plenty of step pads here for, you can fit 6 Joes on this, or Dreadnoughts, as the case may be, because you have platform here, platform here, platform here, platform here, 2 in the cockpit, nothing on the back. I guess you could just lay them on top of the engine, because that'd be a great place to ride. But, yeah. The door flap doesn't shut all the way if you've actually got somebody driving. And it doesn't want to tab all the way in because of the head clearance here, but it still looks pretty nifty. And of course you can do this and make the machine guns go. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's pretty neat. Kind of the Camaro front end and then the A-Team Special on the back. So this is very 80s, very Dreadnoughts. Alright, let's go ahead and pull in for a couple comparisons. Bring the Megatron Hiss Tank. And you can see the sizes on those. Other side. Pretty neat. Alright, bring in the AWP. You can see very similar with the Bumblebee. Yep. Pretty neat. As far as accuracy, this works great. Basically, if you want to get everything in on this mode, you can leave the knife attached there. It can stay there the whole time. I just throw basically everything into the passenger seat, and then Halback can fit inside the tape deck underneath. You just got to be careful not to tap that eject button right there. Anyway, let's wrap this up. One thing I forgot to mention is that there is a foot pad back here that you can attach the Zartan and Zorana to with the foot pad, so they can hang out the back there and go through the front windshield holes there to, not be seen from because of the guns in the front, but they can ride back there. I don't think that's the best one. I mean, I think Meg still has the best as far as, human robot interaction. But yeah. And of course, I also said this was Camaro front end, but it's actually a Pontiac Firebird. So, yeah. So anyway, overall, pretty neat. Is it worth $100? Yeah, I'm going to say yes just because I paid it and I have no huge complaints about it. Could you have waited for it to go on clearance like the Megs and Bumblebee? Probably. We'll see how that turns out. But overall, I like it. I enjoy it. And as somebody who growing up didn't have enough money to get the G.I. Joe vehicles, I think this is a really cool way to have your Transformers and your G.I. Joe vehicles. I think it's pretty neat. So I'm digging this line. I had my doubts, but I'm digging it. A quick cut from the editing bay before we close out. We do have a bit of business of scale to do. See how this is our previous winner from Howlback, since this was the only release that we had. With this, we get the MP sound back, which we said the MPs are probably the best you can get for the tapes in the Chug scale. So, this being a crappy mold, and this being a masterpiece, and looking really good, this is our new Howlback. So, Titan's Return is out, and the Soundwave Thunder Machine Ravage, aka Howlback, is our new G1 ITW Howlback. Alright, let's finish this up. So, thank you for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.